Welcome to the Property Elite podcast. I'll be your host, Jen Lehman, chartered surveyor and co-founder of Property Elite. Stay tuned each week for more on industry hot topics, market updates and new RICS guidance.
In this week's blog, find out how Property Elite are supporting RICS APC candidates in the Americas region, which includes North America, the USA and South America. On our website, there are excellent graphics that highlight some of the statistics taken in the 2024 RICS survey of the profession regarding the Americas. Go and take a look. What are the risks and rewards of working in the Americas region? We suggest reading more about the property and construction markets relevant to your area of work. There will also be different issues and opportunities in each sub-region of the Americas, as well as the impacts of the wider geopolitical climate following the Trump administration. The risks and rewards you face will depend on your market, region, and area of practice, so we recommend undertaking your research carefully and speaking to surveyors already working in the Americas. Do I need a visa to work in the Americas? This is a specific question that is outside the scope of this article and one left best to the experts in recruitment and visas. However, we would recommend reading the LinkedIn post by Heather Daniel International on the E2 visas pathway. This can be found on our blog page on the Property Elite website. What is it like to work in the Americas? On our blog, you will find links to articles giving more detail about relocating abroad for work and the role of surveyors in the USA. What are the benefits of becoming MRICS? There are so many benefits in our view of becoming MRICS, not only in the Americas but in any world region. Here are a few of the most rewarding benefits. Recognising and demonstrating your expertise and competence to clients and the market, advancing your knowledge, demonstrating and adhering to the highest standards of ethics and professionalism via the RICS rules of conduct, providing a competitive advantage, and joining a wider network of over 134,000 surveying professionals. How do I become a chartered surveyor in the Americas? Becoming a chartered surveyor involves the same process passing the RICS assessment of professional competence, no matter where you live or work in the world, unless you qualify for direct entry, which will apply in a very small number of circumstances. You can read more about the APC process in our free ebook guide. Our APC clients in the Americas region come from a wide variety of backgrounds. Some have completed non-cognate degrees, for example finance or geography, which are not RICS accredited and already have substantial experience, whilst others have undertaken RICS accredited degrees in the Americas or abroad, for example in the UK, and then relocated for work. If you want to pursue an RICS accredited undergraduate or postgraduate degree in the Americas, then there are fairly limited options available. We undertook a brief search on the RICS courses website for the USA and found courses at Columbia University, Florida International University, and New York University. You could also look at distance learning options at a variety of UK institutions, such as UCEM or UE. Your route to becoming MRICS will depend on your background in most cases, whether you have an RICS accredited degree or not, and how much experience you have. Typically, non-accredited degrees and over 5 years' experience give access via preliminary review, whilst RICS accredited degrees gives access via structured training. 0 to 10 years' experience with structured training dropping away if you have over 10 years' experience. However, you may also be eligible for the senior professional or specialist route if you're a more advanced stage of your career. If you'd like to discuss what route is best for you, please contact us via our chat box on the website or book in a free consultation. What about direct entry? We often receive inquiries about direct entry. This is a route to becoming MRICS, which in fact does not involve going through the APC submission and interview process. You can read more about which qualifications are applicable for direct entry to become MRICS on the RICS website. These qualifications are usually achieved outside of the UK and reflect a similar level of competence, professionalism and experience to that required of chartered surveyors who are MRICS and have passed the RICS APC. It is easy to confuse the requirements for pure direct entry versus direct entry with preliminary review, so make sure you are checking the right information. For pure direct entry, review the list of qualifications on pages 4 to 5 of the MRICS document for your America's country of practice. If applying for direct entry with an approved qualification, applicants must be put forward, proposed for entry by an existing chartered surveyor, complete the online RICS professionalism module, submit a CV to RICS with a full summary of their relevant experience and CPD record, if requested, or provide proof from their professional body that they are a full current member together with their route of achieving the qualification, provide proof that they are not subject to any regulatory or disciplinary action or any sanctions by their professional body. There are also some limited qualifications that provide direct entry to associate RICS primarily for valuers in the Caribbean. If unsuccessful through the direct entry process, if a candidate is eligible for another RICS APC route, such as preliminary review, then they can still apply for this separately. This means that they must undergo the usual submission and review process. For direct entry via preliminary review, or the Senior Professional Assessment or Specialist Assessment, the following USA qualifications are valid: Association for the Advancement of Cost Engineering International, Certified Cost Consultant or Certified Cost Engineer or Certified Cost Professional, Society of Industrial and Office Realtors. You are still required to undergo the final assessment submission and interview if you have either of the above qualifications. If you are qualifying or practicing in the Americas, then you will need to have experience in the jurisdiction you are working in. This will require an in-depth knowledge of any licensing, laws, regulations, and RICS guidance relevant to your area of practice. Two key areas for valuers include specific RICS USA valuation guidance and the Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practice. Links can be found on our blog. Construction professionals may, in contrast, need to know about USA-specific contracts, whilst real estate professionals will need to know about the relevant property law. How can I find out more? The RICS Americas APC candidate support page provides a great starting point. This also provides contact details for RICS Regional Representative Alan Williams for individual guidance and assistance. You can also use the RICS Recruit website to search for opportunities in the Americas.
Thanks for listening to the Property Elite podcast this week. Head to our website to check out our full blog, free and paid support resources and services, free consultation for every single RICS APC and ASOC RICS candidate, and also ask us any questions you have via the website chat blog. See you next week.